perhaps controversial circumstances, but the 1973 preliminary final, Collingwood against Richmond, why weren't you there?
Well, I played in the second semi the week before against Carlton, woke up on the Saturday morning shivering, and I thought, oh, heck, I've never suffered from nerves before, and had the flu, and didn't train until the Thursday night at the MCG, and the old man said to me, well, take it easy tonight, we want you right for Saturday. I picked up the paper on the Friday morning, and McKenna was out ill. So I don't know whether they declared me unfit or whether I was dropped. I've got a sneaking suspicion I was dropped for Rene Kink. I think he was 15 or 16 at the time, and it was his first league game.
Stone then, or what? No.
No, he wasn't quite that big then, but yeah, that was one of the great disappointments of my career.
So on the Saturday?
Dropped for that game, yes.
And on the Saturday you were fighting fit, could have played, no?
Oh, I could have played. I think I won the goal kicking that year, and but that was a major disappointment because you play all year for finals, and I had to sit in the crowd, and we were beaten.
Well, OK, this is the day that Rene Kink took the place of Peter McKenna in the Collingwood lineup, the 1973 preliminary final. Let's take a look at how the match stood. And up until three-quarter time, Collingwood led by 8 points. Maker, you had the big lead at half-time. Once again, it was a bit of a fade-out by the Pies, you know, in the second half. They did it too many times, really, didn't they?
How disappointing is that for Collingwood supporters to... I didn't realise that we were 6 goals in front even in that final against a great Richmond side, and again we faded. So, I mean, we talk about excuses and hoodoos and collywobbles and all that rubbish, but, I mean, when you're that far in front in a final, you really should never lose.
Yeah. OK, well, we go to the last quarter. Can Collingwood get up this time? I'm afraid that some of these footy marathons are just a heartache for Collingwood supporters from start to finish, but that's just the way the library looks, and here we go to the last quarter in 73.
Michael Williamson at the MCG, the last quarter of the preliminary final 1973. We go into the final stanza with the scoreboard reading Collingwood 12-9, 81, Richmond 10-13, 73. 8 points of difference after Richmond being down 36 points at half-time. But Hart is on the ground, as you know by now, and it's Collingwood going forward. They're kicking up to the scoreboard end of the MCG, and of course Richmond to the outer or Richmond end. Hunt with the ball after taking a mark. Hunt's kick to the wing position on the outer side of the ground. Players backing back, could be the man in front, Roberts, but it's called play on. Through they come there. No free kick. Oh, yes, is it being paid? Looks like Price is on. Price to take it. Who went off, Bob?
Williamouth, I think, Mike.
Price, 19th man, is on now. Both teams with their 19th men on. Two great champions, Richmond with Royce Hart and Collingwood with Barry Price. The ball over the boundary line on the half-forward flank for Collingwood on the outer side of the ground. Bob Skilton, comment from you.
A magnificent fight back so far by the Tigers after looking at badly beaten side as Wayne Richardson puts the ball over the shoulder, hooks it back into play. Hurd comes through, knocks it forward, it goes straight to Kane of Richmond. He drives it back towards the centre wing, and a great mark taken there by Alan Holmes, a young Collingwood winger. Holmes back after 4 weeks of no football whatsoever, being out with an ankle injury. Holmes deciding to drive the ball long. It's a real floating kick covering a great amount of distance. Hurd up over the top. It comes through as Clay comes out. Clay puts the ball onto the boot. It's off the side of the boot and back to Holmes again. He spills a centre, but he's backed up there. Jenkins does a blind hand pass to Price. Price with a left foot kick looking for Wayne Richardson. He couldn't quite get to the ball before it bounced. Richardson tries to force it out, throws it out in front and gets infringed afterwards. He thrown it out. One of those could have been or could not have been, but there's no doubt that Richardson was infringed against after getting rid of the ball. He's right on the boundary line, about 45 to 50 metres from goal. Yet to kick a goal. A vital kick at this stage of the game, with Collingwood leading by 8 points as Wayne Richardson puts the ball in towards goal. It's offline, through for 1 point, making the difference now, 9 points. A 9-point advantage to Collingwood, 12-10 Collingwood, 10-13 Richmond.
And what a dramatic preliminary final this has been. Dick Clay, he's played at full-back, centre-half-back, centre-half-forward so far in this match. Back at full-back now. Clay from the scoreboard end, just having a look. And he favours the outer flank with his kick, slightly towards that. Up goes Jerker Jenkins from behind. Jerker battles on. The ball comes across here, and Holmes gets a long hand pass over towards Bissett. Bissett being tackled by McGee. Bissett's held. Bissett still going. He's tackled now by Clay. Out it comes to Wayne Richardson. It's called play on by umpire Bill Della, and Wayne's kick is over the boundary line on the full, in the forward pocket on the outer side. Hunt to take the kick. Hunt's kick, oh, it's a nice one too, to the half-back flank on the outer side. Plenty of Collingwood players there, no Richmond players, and Atkinson takes the safe mark. Atkinson inclined to spill a couple in the third quarter, but he's played well. Atkinson, a short one, will it come off? Wayne Richardson spilt it. He's in a bit of trouble, but again he drives up to the goal square. The big men go up. Oborne was in there. Kane's in there. Hurd, the ball pushed forward. Bartlett's after it now. Bartlett pushes the ball out here, taken by Dean, but a free kick is going Richmond's way, going to Kevin Bartlett. Bartlett, kink on the mark. Bartlett's kick, slightly off the side of his boot. The big men fly. Jenkins has the ball knocked away from Walsh, picked up by Price. Price, however, back into the goal square. Thompson's there, backing back, and look at the mob here. Hurd tries to put it through and does for one behind, however. Oh, Bob.
Collingwood quite steady at the moment, Mike. I'm sure that three-quarter time break must have done wonders for them, as Neil Mann had a chance to talk to them and settle them down again.
10 points of difference in favour of the Magpies.
A lovely kick by Clay towards the member's side of the ground. Stewart up high over the top. Price again comes out with the pack, out of the pack with the ball. Hooks it back over the shoulder where Bissett's all on his own. It's over, almost over his head. And we see Bissett juggling the mark to take it. Bissett, a great first half. Very quiet in the third term. At one stage in the hands of the trainers with the cramp.
Dean.
Bissett. There's Thompson and McGee. Bissett goes short, looking for Kink, and finds Kink with a lovely pass. Kink in a similar position to where he kicked one in the second term. He's kicked three.
I mentioned Dean there, Bob. He was in the hands of the trainers for a few moments. I don't think it's anything serious.
As Kink lines the ball up. Kick from Kink. It's a nice looking kick, but it's offline. Straight as a die, but straight through the points. 1 point only to the young 16-year-old who's kicked 3 goals as Collingwood go to 12 goals, 12. A 17-point lead over Richmond, 10 goals, 13. Not 17, I beg your pardon, 11. Dick
Richmond
Clay.
supporters just collapsed then, Bob.
As Dick Clay, this time goes straight up the centre of the ground. Not quite covering as much distance. Jenkins up high, he juggles it.
Yes.
A beautiful mark by Jenkins.
Oh, mark of the day.
Jenkins was another of the Collingwood players who went quiet in the third term, but he too has lifted his game in this, the last quarter, as Collingwood fans, Collingwood players, everybody realise that they can't let this one slip out of their grasp. Not a good kick, a drop kick from Jenkins, dropping short. Wayne Richardson, the only player to really go for that mark.
Bit of bustling went on there, Robert.
Richmond players, well, would you say, bustled out of it in their opinion, Mike. As
Right.
Wayne Richardson has the chance of making it 17 points in front. The Collingwood skipper, his kick, he's hooked it, but it's swinging back. But not far enough, and only 1 point results, which makes the difference now, exactly 2 goals. A lot of pressure on everybody at the moment as Collingwood are 12-13, Richmond 10-13. Naturally anybody's game. Can Richmond continue on from that great third quarter?
7 minutes into the final quarter. Up goes Jenkins. Couldn't pull this one down, however. Hand pass by Sheedy across here to Stephen Ray. Ray gets it over towards Bartlett. Bartlett's on the half-back flank on the member stand side. Oh, and players going in hard here. Bartlett will get the free. Held well, not in possession. And now Richmond have the chance to go into attack. Kick from Bartlett. Tries to get it in towards centre-half forward. Looking for Royce. Hard. Oh, and Hard came from everywhere then. He was right out of position, a fraction before you caught sight of him. His kick going down into the forward zone. And the mark has been taken out.
Arms kick, Mike.
God, but an infringement behind play will give the ball to Neil Baum. What happened, Bobby?
Baum was being held, Mike. Clifton wouldn't allow Baum to attempt to come across where it looked like taking an easy mark.
He's kicked 3, Neil Baum. He's only about 25 metres out, maybe 30, directly in front. It's on its way and put it through. 6 points of difference.
A Westpac Bonus Saver account can deliver you an extra 2% interest on your savings. Reward yourself with a Westpac Bonus Saver account now. You can bank on Westpac.
Oh, remember me? And now here's Don. The winner of the Gold Logie is... That's right. I used to have my own tonight shows, daytime shows. I used to be really hot. Now the only time I'm hot is when I'm in here. With my new Dimension Electric with automatic reheat, I can have hot water whenever I want it. And the new Dimension Electric rate is the cheapest around. Now, if you'll pardon me, I want to get out of the bath.
New Dimension Electric. It'll still be hot even when you're not.
For 100% hospital cover and much higher benefits for dental, physio, optical and other extras, you'll find HBA Premier Cover takes the cup. New HBA Premier, the best health cover package in the state.
When it comes to road holding, in any conditions, wet or dry, nothing equals Dunlop. And when Dunlop says road holding, Dunlop means road holding. Stick with Dunlop, the world's best road holding tires.
See the most erotic dancers in Australia take on all comers as they compete in the 1990 Empress of Erotica pageant.
Ladies and gentlemen, Alexander's, Melbourne's first big band night spot, presents the music of the greats. Glenn Miller, Tommy Dorsey, Duke Ellington. Remember the good old days when you could dance cheek to cheek and glide across the dance floor? The music was music. Well, Alexander's have brought all that back, as well as a touch of the 80s. The elegance of dining a la carte or Cadbury smorgasbord will delight. Fully licensed, Alexander's is only 15 minutes from the city. Alexander's, corner of North Road and Nepean Highway, Brighton.
Wednesday night.
Stand aside, I'll fix it.
Dad's called in Nudge, the television repairman.
You just hit my television set.
No, I didn't. I adjusted it.
But he's not very happy.
Stand still for a minute and I'll adjust your ears.
Then it's Full House, and the guys are hosting their very own telethon.
Get me out of here!
They're pulling out all the stops and using every trick in the book to keep the show on the road for 24 hours. A very special episode of Full House right after Hey Dad, Wednesday.
Just waltzed in and took the easy mark. Sheedy driving the Tigers forward once again. Jenkins in that lot, up they go. Hands everywhere. The ball comes to Adamson. A long kick by Adamson back into the forward zone. But Sheedy takes the mark once again. Hand pass by Sheedy to Francis Burke. Francis steadies. His kick deep into the forward zone once again. Baum goes up in front. Baum is marked. He's marked. He's kicked 4. He's kicked 4. He would be 35 to 40 metres out on a very slight angle. A ton of goal space open to him. Kicking to the outer or Richmond end. Neil Baum. It's on its way and it looks pretty good. Through scores a level. Nine and a half minutes into the final quarter. Scores are level, 12-13, each of 2. Oh, Bob, you couldn't wish for anything better. And you're watching it on the big replay on Channel 7.
Who could have possibly thought that they could see this, Mike? 10 minutes into this final term and the scores level after 6 goals gap between the sides at half-time. From the bounce, it's Green and Jenkins. Green gets a knock, but it goes the wrong way. Price forces the ball forward. Burke desperately gets it back. A hand pass across from Sproul, but it goes to Holmes and Collingwood. And the umpire's knocked over in the centre of the ground. It's Sproul and Della who collided. There'll be a bounce of the ball undoubtedly. Della quite sore. Now he knows what the players have felt like all day, Mike. Collingwood fans, I'm sure, feeling that they've been infringed against by having the ball being brought back this far.
Well, he had no option, really, did he?
And how?
I think Manassa's coming on.
Dalla back in the centre almost again as he's about to bounce the ball. And it's again Green and Jankin. Green coming across. Green, Jankin up high, but it's taken now by Bartlett. He comes back again, but it's given against Bartlett. Richmond fans not happy, but it's been a decision that umpire Dalla has been consistent with all players all day. As we see Barry Price put a kick down towards half forward. Thompson's there, he's up high, but it's punched away. It's taken by Atkinson. He tried to burst through the pack, he does so. He comes down now. It's Holmes of Collingwood, and Holmes' kick, it's a goal! Holmes, a brilliant goal as Holmes burst through with pace, showing great desperation. It's his first. Only a youngster Holmes, but it was a magnificent effort to put Collingwood back to 1 goal up once again. A great effort by the youngster.
11 and a half minutes into the final quarter. Oh, what a beauty this is. I'll tell you, at half-time, we were wishing we were on the way home. It was all over bar the shouting. But what a second half it's been. Dalla in control, bounces the ball once again. Michael Green goes in there. Green gets a tap away too. Hart leads in the race for the ball. Cleverly knocks it over his head. Here's a chance. Oh, the ball hit forward. The ball hand passed over to Roberts. Roberts into an open goal, but misses. One behind. Well, the Whale just couldn't regain his composure. He was falling, and I thought was a valiant attempt even to get his kick. Clifton now tries a short one out here. It comes off. It goes to Salmon. Salmon of Collingwood. It's 5 points of difference. Goes to the wing position on the outer side of the ground, and Burke takes the mark. What a game this lad's played since quarter time. Took him a quarter to find his feet. A big kick from Burke. Back into the forward zone once again. Nobody able to take it. Georgie Bissett from behind. It fell into his arms. Nobody touched it. Bissett driving the Tigers out. 5 points of difference. Up they go. No mark, however. Through they come. Price barges through the pack. Thompson can't get rid of the ball. Taken away by McGee. McGee back towards centre half forward. Bissett knocks the ball out of the way. And look at this for a struggle. Bissett's still there. Cranage comes in for the Magpies. Cranage kicks it high, wide, and not so handsome out to the flank. And a good mark taken by Jenkins. No, it's called play on. Taken by Wayne Richardson. His kick goes to the wing position on the outer side of the ground. It's McGee again for Richmond. McGee, who's been a wonderful player, kicks forward. Ball spills the mark, but plays on. A hand pass across here. Doesn't quite come off. Salmon tries a hand pass to Wayne Richardson. Is he under pressure? Wayne Richardson to that wing position. And the mark has been taken there by Atkinson.
Atkinson in the centre wing position at the moment. His kick, it's a high, long kick towards the half-forward line. Thompson's in front, bustled out of the way. A big punch from behind by the Tiger defence. It's all Tigers, as we see Bartlett have plenty of time to swing around. Puts it back towards Royce Hart. He's bustled out of the way. Collingwood have got extra players down in defence, but the Bissett's kick goes straight to big Brian Roberts. Roberts steadies things up for the moment. Maybe too long, as Roberts now gets a hand pass to McGee. McGee goes one way, then the other. Now gets a hand pass to Stewart. He's under pressure. Gets it forward. Sheedy is bustled out of the way. Sheedy's against Sheedy now for holding the man.
That could be very costly. McKellar's coming on.
Back with Oborn. McKellar getting ready to come on. Graham Richmond standing up there beside McKellar as Oborn with the kick. Oborn drives it towards centre half forward. Big Roberts in front. It's come straight through. Rex Hunt takes it. Drives it into the centre of the ground. Stephen Ray's up. It's punched away by Cranage. Taken by Robert Dean. Dean goes into the forward line. It comes out to the pack. It's taken by Hurd. Hurd across the Bissett. It's punched away by Kane. Kane still comes on. He follows the ball on. He gets away. Has a bounce. Now steadies it up. Drives it to the centre wing position. Bartlett's there. And a good mark. A courageous mark taken by the little fella, Kevin Bartlett. Bartlett on the half-back flank for the Tigers with Richmond 5 points down.
Halfway home, 15 minutes into the final quarter.
Forced forward by Sproul. Sproul recovers, picks the ball up, drives it down where it's Baum, falling. A great effort to mark by Clifton. He's backed up by Gott, who comes across. Gott's bundled out of the way. Might have nearly been a free kick. Gott, it is Gott's free kick. As Gott picks the ball up, goes into the centre of the ground, finds Price, who's been a good player in this term. Price goes on across the ground where we find Bissett. Bissett fumbles the ball on the first occasion, but has time to steady. Puts it wide, looking for Dean. Dean's on his own, and Dean steadies a play up. A shocking kick by Dean. McKenna missed the bounce, but it's forced forward to Wood. Wood's under pressure. Should handball. Now he kicks it. Drives it towards Hart. It's Hart. Punched away from Hart. Back to Bissett. Bissett drives the ball out of danger for the moment, but Francis Burke stands firm again. He plays on quickly, runs into the centre, has one bounce, now drives the ball forward looking for Baum. Baum! Neil Baum, he's kicked 5.
And Baum is 40 metres out, directly in front. And some of the knockers said he was gone, couldn't play it full forward. 5 on the board. Lining them up. The difference 5 points. Oh, it's a shocking kick off the side of his boot. And it goes over the boundary line in that forward pocket.
O'Born off, Mike. Manasseh on.
O'Born off, Manasseh on. As we see the throw-in take place over there. Clifton comes out with the ball. He's had his hands full all day, but he's stuck to his job. And his kick goes right to Francis Burke on the wing position on the outer side of the ground. There's Burke now, getting it back. Thompson's in that lot, but look at the mighty pack going up. Bartlett weaves and ducks through the pack. The ball, almost taken there by Adamson, but through they come once again. Who's got the ball? Hart looks to be on the bottom of that lot. He was held by the leg, not seen by the umpire, and there'll be a bounce. Wide of centre half forward for Richmond towards the outer side. Bounce, it's an awkward one too. Waiting there is Max Richardson, a big punch away. He sends it across here, taken by Sproul. Sproul over his head to Bartlett. Bartlett steadies, he drives him at the big ones, but he's offline. And 1 point results. And so we find the scoreboard at the MCG reading in the preliminary final of 73. Collingwood 13-13-91. Richmond 12-15-87. 4 points of difference. And we're coming up to the 18-minute mark into the final quarter. Kick out goes towards Gott. Just got there. Gott now taking a bit of a run. Puts his left boot into it. Drives to the half-forward flank. There's a race on here. He'll come out with the ball. It's pushed forward there by Manasseh. He gets into trouble. A hand pass goes right to Walsh. He's grabbed immediately by Dean. Dean is still going on there. Dean comes out with the ball. His kick is gallantly smothered, but he gets another go at it. Into the forward zone once again, and players are everywhere. It's McGee. Gee, what a stalwart he's been in this last quarter. McGee, a long kick into the forward zone. It's at centre half forward for the Tigers. They go up and it's Royce Hart. He may not be paying this. He's going to ball it up. Going to ball it up at centre half forward for Richmond. I'll leave the decision to you. A chance for Salmon. Ball picked up by Thompson. Thompson, a hand pass over to Clifton. He spilled it. He's grabbed. Oh, Baum tried to get away. And look at the pressure on those 36 gladiators out there. The bounce. Thompson going in there, but it's Baum going up with Roberts. A knockaway comes, and the free kick going to Len Thompson of Collingwood. Thompson to take it, coming up to the 19.5-minute mark. And the difference only 4 points in favour of Collingwood. Thompson, a big kick required here. His kick goes up towards the centre. The big men fly. They go in all directions. Sproul's there. Sproul comes out with the ball. Hand pass over there to Bartlett. That's called play on. Collingwood player stopped as Bartlett goes in towards goals. Richmond are in front. It's a goal.
Ever since we've redesigned our service stations worldwide, something's happened. Millions of new customers have switched to BP. But more than just a shiny new station, these drivers have discovered BP's advanced fuels and oils for optimum engine performance and the convenience of BP's car washes and shops. So you see, our new green stations brought them in. But it's everything else we do that's bringing them back. BP, on the move.
A Westpac Bonus Saver account can deliver you an extra 2% interest on your savings. Reward yourself with a Westpac Bonus Saver account now. you can bank on Westpac.
G'day. How you doing? Good, thanks. You're off on a golfing holiday, are you? Yeah. I play a bit myself, actually. Off 20. Be off 12 if I could putt.
Yeah, I know the feeling.
Can I get you a beer?
Yeah, that'd be great. Thanks, mate.
Mr. Shearer, your boarding pass, sir.
Oh, thanks very much. So, butter not working, eh?
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't expect it.
Looks like we've got an extra 30 minutes to work on that one. Cheers, mate.
Yeah, great.
Just as Channel 7 brought you the best from Bathurst, so you can trust United Airlines to bring you the best of America with your travel agent and Prima Holidays. The best for value, the best for you.
If you're into jazz, here's an offer you shouldn't miss. That's Jazz. 20 tracks of great jazz by the all-time jazz greats. Louis Armstrong, Jimmy Rushing, Pee Wee Russell, Billie Holiday, Benny Goodman, Teddy Wilson, Fats Waller, Jimmy Witherspoon, Jack Teagarden, and many more. When you buy That's Jazz, you receive That Swing absolutely free. That Swing with Billy May, Gordon Jenkins, and Richard Heyman. That's Jazz and That Swing, out now on record, cassette, and compact disc.
When Mark and Paul Donnellan were growing up, they virtually ate tyres, breathed tyres, dreamt tyres. So when the Donnellan Tyremen say they know the best tyres for your car, you'd better believe them. Bridgestone Steel Cats from $79 and a set of 4 radial retreads from just $120. The Donnellan Tyremen, they discount the price but never the quality.
A renegade cop who makes his own rules.
Take it easy, Dick Tracy.
But someone set him up.
You're under arrest, my guy.
The cops want him convicted.
The listings identified your gun as the murder weapon.
The mob wants him dead.
Put the word on the street. $10,000 I want.
But Murphy will find justice.
Someone's framed me for 3 murders.
If he has to break every law there is.
You remember what I told you?
Charles Bronson.
Don't mess with Jack Murphy.
Your action-packed movie, Murphy's Law. 8:30 Wednesday on 7.
2 points in front for the Tigers as Thompson gets it. A hand pass to Wayne Richardson. Richardson spins out of trouble, puts the ball back down the ground. Kane comes across. He couldn't take the mark. It's forced forward as Bartlett again comes out with it. Bartlett has a bounce. A hand pass from Bartlett to Sheedy. Sheedy's in trouble, but he gets the ball forward and he's held. Sheedy held. Sheedy at centre-half forward with the kick. He'll naturally drive it forward the way Barnes been marking. No, he goes for the short one where we see Sproul on his own. And Sproul accepts the mark within kicking distance. Sproul yet to kick a goal. He's 35 metres out on a 45-degree angle. The kick from Sproul. 4 points, and the Tigers are 8 points up. Well, what a magnificent fighting comeback. What more could anyone ever ask to see? I'm certain Collingwood fans would wonder what hit them. Don't tell me now they're not thinking of 1970, mate. 13-13 Collingwood, 14-15 Richmond. 8 points the difference.
Not over yet, Bob. 21 minutes of the final quarter gone. Still time for Collingwood to get back in it. But can they? That's a big question. There's a hand pass from Thompson over here towards Price. Price is grabbed. Their forwards are falling down on the last moments of the game. Manassa kicks, however. Manassa's kick is the long one. The tough line and through for one behind. Their forwards just haven't really rammed home the advantages in this final quarter. But then again, you can't take it away from Richmond. Their backmen, McGee, Burke, Chee, Kane. There's the ball going over towards Fowler from the boot of Dick Clay. A long kick down forward. The players set themselves. And here we find Collingwood about to go back into attack. Here's a go for Max Richardson. Almost lost his head then, but it's his mark on the half-forward flank on the outer side of the ground. Too far out for him to kick it, but he tries the pass. Will it come off? Yes! Looks like Atkinson with it. Francis Burke going crook. Atkinson has kicked 2. He's on an angle, but he's no more than 40 metres out. Plenty of goal space open to him. An accurate one here will notch a major. Up he comes, he kicks, and it's a goal! It's a goal! Collingwood is still in there.
1 point only as Collingwood go to 14-14, Richmond 14-15. 22 and a half minutes into this, the final term, and what a great quarter of football it's turned out to be, as it's first one side and then the other, as Collingwood come back. A real fighting effort by Collingwood on that occasion.
23 minutes of the final quarter of the 73 preliminary final gone, and 1 point the difference in favour of Richmond. 98 plays 99. Richmond on 99. But here's Wayne Richardson putting the Magpies forward once again. But through comes Dick Clay. Dick Clay, a kick down towards centre half forward. Here's a go now. Ball pushed over towards Wayne Walsh. He picks it up, he ducks and weaves. He steadies. Oh, he almost runs into trouble. But he eventually gets his kick to the pocket on the outer side of the ground. Ball bounces. Hart's in there. Hart hooks it around. Here's a chance now for Adamson. He gets it over to Clifton. Clifton tries a hand pass to Salmon. It's a long kick up into the wing position on the outer side of the ground. In comes Sheedy. It's his free. Oh, Bobby, you couldn't wish for anything better.
Sheedy has been a magnificent player, particularly in the second half as a ruck rover, Mike. He has been one of the players, one of the vital players in the Richmond recovery. He, Walsh in the centre, Francis Burke in the half-back flank, all McGee at centre-half-back as Sheedy puts the ball down, looking for, as Thompson punches the ball down. Carter almost took it, it's bundled away from him as Bissett comes away with it. Looks for Manasseh, an awkward bounce for Manasseh, and he comes back again. It's over his head. Wood comes down. Wood, Sheedy, Clay comes out. It's punched forward by Collingwood as Max Richardson comes out. He balks one way, then the other. It's swung away. Bissett takes it. He's bundled aside. It's swung. And it's going against Bissett. But again, he's been consistent with that one all day, and although Collingwood fans are screaming, I feel that's possibly penalised Richmond as they were streaming away from that half-back line with the ball. Francis Burke now with the kick. Burke will go wide to the outer side of the ground. It's a beautiful kick. Royce Hart's out there, and Hart takes the mark. Hart, what a magnificent player. Kick from Hart. Wide to the half-forward flank, looking for Walsh. Walsh has grabbed. Should have been a kick to Walsh. Free kick going to Collingwood, though. Kick to be taken by Daryl Salmon. Salmon wide on the half-back flank. 1 point between the sides as Salmon...
At all, he said, get on with it. Fowler's kick now, going to that wing position, still on.
Be hot. Now the only time I'm hot is when I'm in here. With my new Dimension Electric with automatic reheat, I can have hot water whenever I want it. And the new Dimension Electric rate is the cheapest around. Now, if you'll pardon me, I want to get out of the bath.